most part of our life, we are always in a huddle, or we are always in a crowd, we are always with people. And I think with everybody in their lives, some point they do realize, I want some me time. But I've seen a lot of people mistake that me time to just get into a shell and get into a silo. And that happens with a lot of people in a very early age also. Uh, if you are already experienced, and maybe in your 40s or 50s, if you think about that, having some time for yourself, it's a very different thing, and you are kind of moving towards a bit of an enlightenment, I would say, and just finding some time for yourself. But nowadays, with majorly with Gen Zs, I think they are very extroverts, but still they are majorly in their silos. They try to keep everything to themselves. They kind of cover uh, their table in such a way. There are invisible walls. They would not let anybody get into that. So, what is your take on people being in silos, and how they can actually come out of those silos, and especially for this generation now?
Okay, so let me take it in slightly a different way. See, number one is that finding me time is nothing wrong with that. In fact, if you look at it, COVID taught us to think about ourselves. I think, other than that, previous to COVID, everybody was, we all were speaking about that. You should care for the society. You should care. You do care. Definitely, you should care. That is a must, which has to be done. But while taking care of everybody around you, you must take care of yourself. So, having a me time, nothing here in that. I mean, there's nothing negative about it. So let us understand why. I mean, for me, I have seen from close quarters these youngsters. Why youngsters? It happens at every level. It happens mostly with the youngsters these days, but it happens with many people of older ages as well. Why does it happen? I mean, for me, why does it? I have seen it. So I'll try to go generation wise. What is my understanding? How does it? So in earlier generations, it was all happening because people got a perception of themselves, created a perception of themselves. So they thought that, okay, currently I am invincible. I'm not. I don't want anybody to touch me. I don't want anybody to be with me. So let me be away from this. And we saw many people creating those silos around them. Now coming to the newer generations, I always feel very strongly that is it some sort of insecurities which has crept into our life? So is it that insecurity which is telling me that if I come out of this silo, my own follies or my own negatives will be visible to the world? Another thing which is another phenomenon which is currently happening is that people are feeling uh, too much centric, in that sense that let me first take care of myself. Again, I'm coming back to the old one. Yes, it was required, but then you have to go beyond that as well.
Absolutely.
For going beyond that, you have to have something else in your system as well. None of us is complete by any respect. So we have to have. So unless we break those silos, a few days, I think, this is a recent phenomenon. Even after I've superannuated, people still, youngsters speak to me sometimes.
Yeah.
So, it was again a lady officer. She was talking about her issues and all, what has happened, how it has happened. But what I saw, entire discussions which went on for quite some time, almost 10-15 minutes we had discussions. It was only going around her. I asked her the same question. Why are you permitting yourself to be affected by this? Please ask this question. No, sir. Because see, this will I know now onwards I'll have a problem. I am losing track because there has been a lot of changes for me. So now I will lose my promotions. I told, have you seen that end? Who has seen that end? None of us have seen that end. I never thought what I will end up with. You will never know what you will end up with.
Absolutely.
But as long as you are cleared about yourself, you have a clarity, nothing will happen. A youngster, a 24 years, 22 years old, when he or she gets into a cocoon and does not come out, imagine what must be happening to the parents, what must be happening with their siblings, others.
Yeah, absolutely.
This needs to be realized. I keep on saying, so we are talking about silos and all. Why it is important to break those silos? It is also important to break those silos for the benefit of my ecosystem. This needs to be told very subtly. I know it is very difficult again to enforce upon people to come out of it, but it has to be told. Please remember, there is a world around you,
Yeah.
and how they are getting affected by it.